Hello, I'm Keith Jeffrey. Now retired and working as a consultant, I ended my formal career as Director IT for Science and Technology Facilities Council in UK, running a department of 140 people with 360,000 users of our computers, covering everything from cosmology to performance art. This lecture concerns defining what is a VRE. VRE means Virtual Research Environment. Originally, the UK Open University defined a VRE as a system for making available online student course material, communication system, access to research digital objects, and course management. The UK JISC, that is the Joint Information Systems Committee, defined a VRE as an environment to support research. The VRE concept is roughly equivalent to SG, Science Gateway, in North America, or VL, Virtual Laboratory, in Australia. Here on the slide is illustrated the transition in research from reading to using a computer system to support the research. Actually, the person is a very much younger me. The key services in researcher support are access to find and use the assets required for the research, such as data, publications, software, workflows, computing facilities, cooperation and communication to allow researchers to work together cooperatively and with others, observation, experimentation and simulation support to assist the researcher in managing the collection of data and recording the essential additional metadata information. Office system functions such as email, IP phone, word processing, spreadsheets, and to use them with the research information collected. Scholarly publication support to produce research papers for disseminating the results of the research. This may well be done cooperatively with multiple authors. And finally, administration and management support, for example, for grant proposals writing, completing timesheets, and expense claims. All this involves providing a catalogue of assets so that the user can discover them based on query of the catalogue. The catalogue metadata not only assists discovery, but also contextualization, that is, the relevance and quality of the asset for the user purpose. The metadata entry in the catalogue leads the user to the asset, which may be downloaded, composed with other assets, or executed in a workflow. This is a means for geographically separate researchers to intercommunicate, even from adjacent rooms. It's used for recording cooperative agreements and actions to support the research decision-making. It is best to have multimedia for maximum communication. There are two aspects to this: provision of a laboratory notebook facility for recording the parameters of data taking with other metadata and data, and the scheduling of observations, experiments, simulations, especially if multinational or multidisciplinary teams are involved. I'm sure you're all familiar with standard Office functions such as email, IP phone, calendar, tasks, contacts, word processing, spreadsheet, and others that are needed by a researcher in their everyday work. It is also important to have provided standard templates appropriate to the organization, the project, the cooperation, to ensure uniformity of style and brand of the research. Research publication is an important part of a researcher's life. This involves discovering suitable publication channels based on topics, impact factors, policies, and costs. Then the researcher needs support to download the publication templates, and record the steps in the publication process. The researcher also needs support to generate publication entries with metadata for their personal bibliography. Finally, and importantly, the researcher needs tools to make their publications available open access. Researchers are busy people. They need support for the administrative tasks such as time recording for reporting to funders, management of travel from booking to claim, downloading of funder template forms for writing research proposals, and CV, that is curriculum vitae, maintenance. Depending on associated organisational systems, the researcher may also be able, with appropriate tool support, to keep up to date her personal web page within the organisation. Here we see the two cycles. The blue one is the research cycle from idea through proposal, then project producing publications. The orange one is the research process itself, from collecting data through observation, experiment or simulation to data management, data analysis and data sharing. So to conclude, in this module you have learnt how VREs originated and now you understand what a VRE is. In the next module we will look at some recent and contemporary examples of projects developing VREs.